let's just grab our ball and let's just take, like, as I'm so close to the camera, I'm going to walk backwards, but you're going to walk backwards with me, so we're going to do it together. So you're just going to throw the ball, and we're just going to kind of walk backwards as far as we can, and we're going to walk forwards. And we do this a few times, and when we walk backwards, this time we're going to look to our left, and we're just going to see what's over there, and we're going to walk forward, and this time we are going to look to our right. So throw that ball back and forth as we go. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. I did have a green ball, but then I just dropped it, so now I've not got that anymore. And let's just check into our space. So let's grab the ball. Let's have a bit of a stretch. So I want you to work with these stretches. Actually, I'm going to get my green ball back for St. Patrick's Day. We're going to have a bit of a stretch, and every now and then throw the ball to the other hand. Okay, let's reach all the way up and down. Okay, feel it all down your shoulders. Throw the ball over. Let's maybe put our arms behind our head, and just in any way you want to, just have a little bit of a stretch. Feel the sensations in your body. Lean from side to side, forward, back. Maybe give your hips a bit of a twist. And again, just throw that ball back and forth. Let's start here this morning. Excuse me. And we are going to let's just ground ourselves to start with. So let's be aware of our feet. Let's just plant our feet into the ground. Push your feet into the ground as much as you can, as heavy as you can. So it's all of those sensations. All of the sensations you can feel are kind of down in your feet and your legs. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to just open out our arms as we take a deep breath in. And then close them back up again as we breathe out. Okay, same thing again. Let's open the arms. And this time when they're fully outstretched, I want you to have an attempt. You're not allowed to bend your arms, but you are allowed to throw with your wrist. See how close you are to that hand. Maybe give that a couple of attempts. I feel my tendency is to let go a little bit too early. Did you get that, Pete? No, once. Here's Tam. For him. And let's try it from the other side. So just with the wrists. I don't know where to look. Pete, are you looking at your opposite hand or your... I'm not looking at the throwing hand and I miss it and I look at the... Morning, Tam.
Look at the catching hand.
Look at the catching hand, right?
You know where the throwing hand is?
Oh, I'm totally off. So, Tam, no bent arms, just wrists. I've not got it once. Yes. That's quite easy. Okay, guys, and let's just bring that in your own time out of that stretch. Keep feeling those stretches back into that one. So what we're going to do is tomorrow is our last run of this course. Maybe it's called a course. I'm not sure what course of mornings. So we're going to just jump into a few things today that we did early on. So I'm going to bring back, got a little bit of dancing. Actually, I'm going to stop for a second to join in with you. 5, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. So we're going to replace our 1 this morning with 5, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. Okay, think back. We used this quite a lot early on. 5 being a ball of that height. 3 being a ball of that height. 4 being a ball of that height, straight up. 1, 1, and 2 is that silent ball. Okay, so what we're going to do this morning is we're going to catch some thoughts of gratitude at that, in that throwingness, whatever that word is. So 5, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. Once you get to that 2, let's just have a moment of catching those gratuitous thoughts. So something that we're grateful for. So 5, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. Have that moment. Catch that thought. Turn that thought into a feeling. And then go again. 5, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. Morning, Ben. Let's try and switch sides as well as we go. So each silent ball, each number 2 is in a separate hand. Squeeze that ball. 5, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. So now I'm going to add a few things here. So as we do the 5 and we do the 3, as it hits its peak and it's on its way down, I want you to try and generate a feeling of over the hill whoop. You know that whoop? Good description for it. 5, there. 3, there. 4, 1, 1, 2 is our gratitude. So we're doing a few things there. We're generating that feeling. We're throwing the balls. We're imagining that hill. And we're catching those thoughts of gratitude at the end. So let's do this a few times. Switch sides. 5, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. You can slow this down if you want to. So when you do your 5 and your 3, you can pause there for a second just to make sure those feelings are there, just to make sure you can feel them. And any time within the next minute, what I want you to do is keep working through this, is throw out a little 4-1, 4-1 worry window and just recognize any worries, anything that is playing heavy on your mind right now will be there. But we're just looking through this window as an observer, as an outsider looking in. Okay, so you can throw that in there if you want to. You don't have to, depending on how you feel right now. But let's go for another 10 seconds. 5, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2. Okay, and if you're consistent with 2 balls in your own time, grab yourself a second ball. If you want to continue working with 1, that's absolutely fine. It will work the same. So the pattern we're going to go, I'm going to do it with 1, then we can do it with 2, is 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1 with 2 balls. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Okay, up to you which if you do it with 2 or 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the same exercise as we did yesterday. So first thought, best thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to use the same words as yesterday, but I'm going to switch them in a different order. The idea here is I say the word and you catch that second thought. You catch that thought in hopes that you learn something about yourself. If you catch the same thought as you did yesterday, catch a second thought. Okay, so as we do this, just go through that 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, and just take whatever breaks you need in there just to reflect or catch that word. So first word is future. Catch it. Second word is humor. Catch it. Third word is love. Fourth word is fear. Fifth word is life. Let's just do a couple more rounds just to reflect on that. 1, 3, 5. Did you learn the same thing about yourself today? Did you learn something different? And let's start to turn those 2 balls into a 5 and a 3 together. So a 5 and a 3 together. Okay. So if you're just working with 1 ball, you can continue a 5 and a 3 with 1 ball. If you're working with 2 balls, a 5 and a 3. So the 5 will throw first, the 3 will throw throw second. So let's do that a couple of times. Throw it from each side as we go. And what I'd like you to do is grab a third ball, okay? Grab a third ball in your hand. So if you're just working with one ball right now, I want you to put 3 balls in your hand, but you can work this with one. But I do want you to have 3 balls in your hand because the ball's going to mean something different. So with one ball, we've got a 5 and a 3. With 2 balls, we've got a 5 and a 3. And that other ball's just in there for now. What we're going to do, guys, is just hold the balls in your hand, squeeze them, close your eyes for a second, and we're going to do a bit of a visualization and body scan together today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at our feet, okay? So just plant your feet in the ground, okay? And I want you to imagine that your feet has got roots, just like a tree, that are going into the ground, and you actually can't move off the floor, okay? So try and lift your foot up now with all them roots deep into the ground, okay? And just feel the sensations of you trying to lift off the floor where it's just not possible. We're really rooted into the ground here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to imagine ourselves as a tree, okay? So the body of the tree is us, the trunk of the tree is us, and we're going to call that 1, okay? So let's just throw that 1 back and forth, okay? So as we do that, let's just kind of scan up through our shins and our knees, move them around so you can actually feel something and just identify where you're feeling that something. Let's bring it up to the hips. Okay, and then bring it up to the shoulders. So as we get to the shoulders, we've got 3 options, okay? We've got our head root, our left arm root, or our right arm root, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to add a 3 in there for that. Okay, so we've got a 3 and a 1, a 3 and a 1, a 3 and a 1. Okay, so this 3 represents our head and our arms. This 1 represents the tree, of that trunk of that tree, our body and all the sensations within it. Okay, so you can work on this with 1 ball, a 3 and a 1, exactly the same thing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add a 5 to that. So let's talk about what that is first of all. So as we venture down this tree, the 3 roots that this tree branches into, as we meet each end of each arm, we have 5 fingers. So let's imagine that there's 5 spokes off that one journey that goes in different directions on both sides. Let's just put our arms out and just move our fingers and feel the sensations there. The root up through the head, we have these 5 senses. Okay, so we've got our smell, our taste, our all of our senses. Probably plus if we go for 6 and 7 senses, etc. Okay, so let's just bring it right back down to juggling for a second. So we've got a 5, a 3, and a 1. A 5, a 3, and a 1. 5, 3, 1. So if we're working with 1 ball, we're going to go for a 5, we're going to go through a 3, and then we're going to go through a 1. Okay, so it's really up to you here how much attention you pay or can pay or have got ability to pay to the juggling, to those feelings, to the thought of this tree that kind of travels right into the ground. So let's just stay with that just for a minute. Okay, so let's work with that 5, 3, 1. But as we throw and catch the balls, let's throw and catch our thoughts and see what just comes in and goes out of our head. 5, 3, 1. Now I'm going to watch you a second because I can't get this 5, 3, 1 consistent. It always seems to stop at the end.
Rian has it tight.
Is the 1, Rian, the first? Is the 1? Does the 1 become the 5?
Not if you're doing it continuously.
Where does that? What?
If you're not doing an extra 3 in between your 5, 3, 1.
Yeah.
Then they all stay the same ball, right? Because it's 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5,
Okay.
3, 1. Unless you're doing 5, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3. So you're going into your cascade in between doing it again. But you got 3 numbers and 3 balls. So if you do it continuously, then they should be the
5, 3,
same.
1. Okay. Brilliant. One for me to practice over the weekend, Matty. So let's just bring ourselves back to that place and just back to that tree. So continue juggling as I speak through this. We've got those deep roots that come up through our legs, our body. As we approach our shoulders, it ventures into 3 places, this tree of ours. And then those spokes off that tree turn into 5 more, 5 senses, 5 opportunities, 5 changes, 5 bits of positivity. And what I want you to do is I want you to, next time you see a tree or next time you consciously see a tree and you think of this, I want you to just follow that tree up from the root. I want you to pick out 3 branches that spokes off that first one, and then I want you to pick 5 branches that spoke off each of those individual 3. That might take you a couple of minutes to watch and identify, and I mean, you might need to be really close up to that tree, but next time you're there, just pay a moment to this.
I just need to interrupt and say that I was wrong.
Oh, go on.
The balls do change because the 5 is higher. They're not equal heights, so the rhythm is not the same. So they do. It's not the same colour ball that does the same throw. They change.
Okay. So
Is it always the 3, the 5 and the 1 swap?
So the 3 remains the same. The 3 is that white ball there, that right? Yeah. And then it's the 5 and the 1 that swap. So when that 1 goes across, that then becomes a 5. Is that right? Great. That makes sense to me. Okay, guys, let's just squash the balls on your heart just for a second. And we are going to just jump in for the last few minutes onto some 3s. Okay, so you can do this with 3 balls if you're working on that cascade. You can do it with 2 as a 3 and a 3 if you're working towards that, or you can do it with just 1. Completely up to you how you go. And this really, I'm just going to jump right back to the very start. We've spoke about this a lot, not necessarily for the cascade pattern, but kind of all of the things that we're making it represent in these sessions. And I just want to jump to all of those things that we've used this for over the past 10, 11 weeks. Tomorrow, we get to a place which a 66-day mark where we started working towards a habit. I want to remind you of this cycle of things: reminder, routine, reward, reminder, routine, reward, reminder being me every morning, routine being you making it happen, reward tomorrow, and probably every time we pay mind to getting towards, or have paid mind to getting towards that date. So what does this mean? In some visualizations, it's balance. It's meant waves, movement, change, flowing water. We've used all of these words as we work with the cascade. That infinity, ongoing strength. You on a bike, balancing, pedaling, giving it energy. And that was my list, and I put at the end anything else because I'm sure there might be something else in there, but I don't know if anybody can remember it. It might come to you later. But first and foremost, it's a cascade juggling pan, right? And it's probably what a lot of us have done for so many years without really, well, we've just done. We've looked at the technique of it. We've looked at the thinking behind it, the coordination of it. Okay, so what we're going to do is, whether we're juggling 1 ball, 2 balls, or 3 balls, we are going to, in our own time, we're going to just throw them up and just let them drop to the floor. And we're just going to look at them, and we're going to kick them together, and we're not going to touch them, but we're just going to push them into a corner or into a space that is probably not hazardous, so you can kind of leave them there for the rest of the day, possibly, maybe until tomorrow, where we're going to come and pick them back up again. If you can't do that, then kick them into a place that you can. right? But if you want to juggle today, you can, but you got to put them in the right place or get new balls. Right, I shall see you tomorrow. Remember, guys, you need an accessory. Anything, it could be a hat or whatever. I'm bringing cake. I'll share with you, which you can bring your own, and a drink because we need to share. So it'll probably be some coffee for me. So, but whatever your drink of the morning is, have a lovely day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9. Cheers, guys.
If you want to just hold on for a second after you've gone there, after you go, stop going live, Joe. Got some news for you.
Absolutely. Cheers for joining in live, guys. I'm back tomorrow for the last